Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a hard siege mode build for the Techmarine class in Space Marine 2 Patch 12. Now, the Techmarine unfortunately does not have access to his sentry guns in the siege mode currently. That will probably change in patch 13, but for now he is a bit limited there. But that being said, the Techmarine is still pretty good for hard siege. He still has a pretty damn powerful AoE damage, and his weapon selection is quite strong. Now, the best options for him currently, in my opinion, for the melee selection are the Balanced Power Axe and the Argent Edge Combat Knife, mainly because they both have amazing synergy with the Techmarine's Servo Gunstrike. So without the Servo Gunstrike ability, the Techmarine feels substantially weaker, so for that reason, I do prefer both of these options for balanced and fencing. Now, the one I'll be talking about first here is the Argent Edge. The Argent Edge is by far the safest of the two options, mainly because of the heroic perk effect here, Scathing Retort. The riposte window is shorter, but each riposte deals damage. This also has a secondary effect that the first parry will stagger the enemy no matter what, and in siege mode, that is incredibly valuable. There are a lot of times in this mode where you'll be fighting multiple Raveners, multiple Lictors, and stuff like that, or a melee Terminator, and getting locked down will simply get you killed, especially on the Techmarine class, because the Techmarine is the squishiest class in Space Marine 2 aside from Sniper and Tactical. But as far as like HP total goes, he has the lowest HP and like pretty much no damage reduction outside of range damage reduction. So for that reason, having those instantaneous interrupts will save your life all the time. Now for the perk tree on the Argent Edge, I do take it with Armored Strength first. If you have armor remaining, melee damage increases by 10%. Usually if you're playing Techmarine, your armor breaks, you're probably about to die anyways, so this buff is up quite often, so I do like to pick this one up. I especially like the next perk here over the perk down below with Kinetic Energy, mainly because the Argent Edge has a very slow attack speed. This is a 3+ speed combat knife versus like the 7+ of a Power Gladius and even like the 4+ of the block version, so it's one of the slowest knives in the game, and because of that, I think you get way more benefit out of things like Sharp Impact, which gives you a greater AoE radius for killing things like Minoras or knocking them over for more like gun strikes and stuff like that. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength, and Perpetual Strength for a 10% melee damage increase, and then I pick up the perk Heavy Onslaught for 15% more melee damage on the heavy attacks. This will also affect perks like Shadow Stab, but on this build, I actually skip over Shadow Stab because usually in Siege mode, I just don't think you get a ton of benefit out of Shadow Stab on a Techmarine, especially on this knife where like you don't have any Power Gladius charges or anything like that. So for the most part, I do skip over it here, though if you want to pick this up, you definitely can. Next perk here is Reeling Blow up into the perk Tide of Battle. Power wave forward distance increases 4 to 8 meters for a Whirlwind Slash. These two perks really don't do a ton for you because Whirlwind Slash is actually a pretty animation locking ability, but sometimes it does come in use. But the main perk I want is the perk up here, Shoulder Bash. Replace distance stab with Shoulder Bash. While evading/sprinting, tap the attack button to quickly perform an AoE forward attack. This makes your lunging attack have a far better recovery frame, it feels, so I do prefer this one over the standard option, and also just makes you feel way safer in this game in my experience. Now, the final perk option is up to you. You kind of take Terminus Slayer or Extremis Slayer, but to be honest, in Siege mode, I don't think you need Terminus Slayer because you're probably not going to be the one knifing a Hellbrute or a Carnifex to death anyways. It's probably like a composite of your team with like burn effects off your plasma gun and stuff like that instead. So I do take Extremis Slayer instead, and that's pretty much all there is for the Argent Edge. Now, when it comes to the Power Axe, this weapon is definitely better for damage on bosses and stuff like that. The Power Backstep is very strong for staggering Hellbrutes and also dealing damage to multiple Extremis and Majoris enemies, and when you're building this weapon, you usually do go a full melee damage on it with things like Perpetual Strength, into the perk here, Coup de Grace, Perpetual Strength once again, and then we go all the way down the bottom tree with stuff like Counterattack, Riposte, into Hard Target, Cleaver, and the standard options to up our Power Backstep damage and change the angle with Power Wave. Now, the big problem I have with the Power Axe on this build is that when you're taking the Power Axe, you're probably going to be taking the Arc Cleave ability, because without this, you are losing out on a ton of damage. This is a 20% multiplicative melee damage increase to all charge and held attacks in the game. This is pretty much just the overcharge perk for the Techmarine, and also on top of taking this perk, you will probably want the perk Furious Gunstrike because it fits perfectly into the riposte loop of a Power Axe, and because of that, you are missing out on other options like Defensive Stance and stuff like that. So I do prefer to take the Argent Edge because number one, it is safer, and number two, you are giving up fewer perk options. But if you want full damage, if you want to be like slamming through Hellbrutes and stuff like that, this is definitely the best option to do so. Now for the ranged weapon selection on this class, I do take the heroic heavy bolt rifle first. This weapon is just a top tier pick for him on any game mode. It doesn't matter if you're playing operations, hard strats, or hard siege. The grenades will give you back a ton of contested health, and the AoE damage scales up tremendously in this mode especially, so a really good pick for him. And now for the perk tree, I do go down the top tree mainly because in siege mode, you don't really need perks like remote threat. This one says enemies at a distance of more than 25 meters take 20% more damage. This will come into play occasionally, but usually there are so many guys in front of you that are just way more important to kill. This one will not actually trigger, so I do go up here instead for things like tactical precision, recoupment, and stuff like that, because really you just benefit way more from this top option. So first up, I start with the perk Headhunter into the perk Adamant Hunter. When your health's below 30%, headshots deal 25% more damage. Then I grab the perk here Fast Reload into the perk here Able Reload. After using a class ability, the equipped weapon instantaneously reloads. This actually triggers quite a bit with your servo gun because the servo gun does go on and off pretty often in this game. Much better here than it is on tactical actually, so pretty good perk option. Next perk is Headhunter down here into the perk Great Might. Then I pick up the perk Increased Capacity. The maximum ammo reserve of this weapon increases by 20%. This will buff up both the ammo reserves of your base gun and also the grenade launcher portion, so really good to pick this one up because we are not grabbing other perk options like Extended Magazine on this build anyways, so I do grab this one. Next perk here is Tactical Precision. Headshots deal 20% more damage. Non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. Even though we're losing 10% damage on grenades, I do like to grab this one. You could skip over this if you wanted to for perks like Extended Magazine to up your total grenade capacity. That is an option, but I just took this one for the bonus headshot damage because I wasn't trying to go for like the ultimate nade launcher build anyways. Next perk here is Recruitment for armor restore on a headshot kill. Armor regen is pretty strong wherever you can find it in Space Marine 2, but especially on the Techmarine class because the Techmarine, like I mentioned before, is in danger of spontaneous combustion if you don't have armor restore, so definitely pick this one up. It also moves right into the next perk we want to take, which is Rapid Health. When your health's below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores health by 10%. Being at low HP on this class is incredibly dangerous because the Techmarine does have the lowest HP total in the entire game, tied with Sniper and no health damage reduction perks, so picking this one up gets you a little bit above that threshold at times, does help you out a ton. Next perk here is Perpetual Penetration into the perk Divine Might for a 10% damage increase, and that is pretty much everything there is for the primary ranged weapon here. Now, for the secondary, I do take the Rate of Fire Plasma. You know, I've tried out Inferno Pistol on this a little bit, but when it comes to fighting Chaos and Soul Cannon Terminators and stuff like that, being able to stagger them immediately from range will save your life all the time. It is a really beneficial weapon, and also the contested health recovery here is top tier, just like the grenade launcher over here, so having this will help you out with that as well. Now, for the perk trend this, I do take the perk Plasma Collection first into the perk here, Rapid Cooling. After killing 7 enemies rapid succession, this weapon does not heat for 10 seconds. The cooldown is 15 seconds. This perk pretty much never triggers on a plasma pistol, but we still pick it up. We move here into the next perk, which is Plasma Collection again. Then I go down here into the perk Divine Might for a 10% damage buff, and then we pick up Blast Radius for a better charge shot radius here, and then we grab the perk Perpetual Velocity because shot charge rate, that is like one of the most important things on this weapon anyways, which is why the Rate of Fire variant is so damn powerful to begin with. Final perks here are the perk Plasma Collection again, and then Efficient Charge because ammo economy is a huge issue with this weapon, and really a huge issue with this build in general and any Techmarine build, because on siege mode there does come a point where you simply have to buy ammo boxes with this class because it doesn't really have any proper ammo regen, and usually in the operations and hard strats, sentry guns kind of make up for that, but here you're kind of on your own, so picking up these extra perks helps out a lot with that. Final perk here is Perfect Cooling, and that's pretty much everything there is for the weapon selection. Now for the perk tree, I do start off with the perk Plasma Enhancement here. The servo gun now fires exploding plasma projectiles. When you are playing in siege mode, there are so many damn enemies that this perk scales up tremendously. You pretty much always want to take this with the burn perk over here for setting enemies on fire, because when it comes to siege mode, being able to just mass apply burn in like the most dangerous clumps, that is incredibly valuable. I mean, you could pick up the perk here Precision Enhancement if you really wanted to, but I think this one is far more suited for operations and hard strats, and in siege mode, Plasma Enhancement, this just reigns supreme. The next perk I take here is Omniscient Axe Deflection. After a perfect parry or perfect block, you take 25% less damage from ranged attacks for 10 seconds. This perk pairs very well with the Argent Edge, mainly because you get so many free parries off that weapon, and being able to use this does help you out a lot, because there does come a point in siege mode where enemies do so much damn range damage that having a fat damage reduction here will save your life. Now I will say, if you are playing with the Power Axe, I would pick up Arc Cleave for the reasons I previously mentioned, but if you're playing with the Argent Edge, just grab this or the perk over here your Methodical Destruction if you want to apply like a debuff on the enemies. Next perk here I take is Explosives Adept. Damage from equipment increases by 35%. This just helps out a bit with things like Melt-A-Bombs, because once again, there does come a point in Siege mode if you start pushing to higher waves that the enemy HP is just kind of ridiculous, and they no longer get one shot by Melt-A-Bombs and stuff like that, and this can help circumvent that to an extent. But if you're playing with Power Axe, I would probably take the perk Push the Advantage. And if you really want, you could even take the perk Long Range Barrage. This one is up to you. Next perk here is Battlefield Repairs. Squad members restore 1 additional armor segment for finishers on Majoris or Extremis enemies. You pretty much always pick this one up. Armor regen effects in Siege mode are already incredible. Focus Restoration is one of the best perks in the entire game for the Bulwark class in this mode, because any amount of armor remaining in Space Marine 2 will reduce all incoming melee damage to 0, even from bosses. And when you're fighting bosses that can damn near one-shot you in higher waves of Siege, having armor that will damage cap that is incredibly valuable. So you pretty much always pick up this perk. It also helps out with range damage reduction and pairs very well with perks like Omnisci and Axe Deflection, because range damage reduction in this game will reduce damage to armor, not just HP. Now for the next perk option here, I take Inexorable Salvo. While the servo gun is active, you don't lose trophy heavy hits and you cannot be knocked back. This effect will last 15 seconds after deactivation. Now, if you are more comfortable with the Argent Edge, you don't have to take this, because the no knockback here will not actually be entirely necessary, because the Argent Edge can kind of handle any stun lock you might potentially get into. But that being said, if you feel less comfortable, if you're using a Power Axe, I would probably pick this up. Now, alternatively, you could pick up the perk up here, Designated Target. Enemies hit by the servo gun take 15% more damage for 10 seconds. This will apply a 15% damage taken debuff to the enemy, so it's pretty good for boss killing and stuff like that. Though, like I said before, Inexorable Salvo is definitely easier to use. Next perk here is Replenishing Salvo. Killing or incapacitating an enemy with the servo gun restores 1 equipment charge. The cooldown is 75 seconds. In hard siege mode, at some point in your game, you will all be rocking shock nades or Melt-A-Bombs no matter what. Equipment will save your life in this mode like nothing else. You pretty much always pick this up. Maybe in patch 13, Augmented Tarantula will be better, but for now, equipment regen reigns supreme in the current version of siege mode. Next perk here is a Fortifying Salvo. Killing or incapacitating an enemy with the servo gun restores an armor segment. The cooldown is armor restoration effects in Space Marine 2 are very potent and will save your life, and this class needs all the damage reduction he can get, so you definitely want to pick this one up. Final perk here is Omnisci's Fury. Servo gunshots set enemies on fire, because at some point, burn is like 99% of the damage of your plasma enhancement anyways, or just your servo gun in general, especially in siege mode's higher waves, so definitely grab this one. Now for the prestige perks, I do take chained headshots first, though I will say if you do wind up on very high waves, this will fall off super hard, because your headshot damage on your heavy bolt rifle will just be garbage, unfortunately. So instead I would just pick up stim boost first. Now either way, I would still go into this perk, because having more valuable stims will save you on requisition points a little bit, which does help out in Space Marine 2 siege mode a lot. And the final perks I take on this build are Blast Radius and Defensive Stance, because we don't need a flinching focus, because sentry guns don't exist in the siege mode currently, and Volatile Sentry for the same reason, and Furious Gunstrike. This really does not benefit an Argent Edge at all. Now I will say, if you are playing with the Power Axe, you could take Blast Radius or Defensive Stance and then move into Furious Gunstrike. It will benefit that weapon far more, but on this build, you really don't need this perk, Volatile Sentry, or Unflinching Focus, so that leaves you 4 other options, which are Chained Headshots, Stim Boost, Blast Radius, Defensive Stance, and if you really want to skip over Chained Headshots, you could grab Furious Gunstrike even with an Argent Edge for a little bit more damage. And that's pretty much everything there is for the perk tree setup. And that's pretty much all there is for this build guide, guys. The Heroic Heavy Bolt Rifle once again reigns supreme. The Rate of Fire Plasma has been a top tier secondary since patch 9, and the Argent Edge is the best fencing weapon in the game in my opinion, and the Balanced Power Axe really benefited from the 15% base damage buff to all the balanced weapons in patch 12. And hopefully this build guide helped you. I'll be playing a ton more siege mode as we approach patch 13, because we will get a ton of overhauls, but if you want to take this into like hard siege now and just get your studded helmet, or just play around with your friends with the Techmarine, this is a great build option for that, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye. I probably should have said that, huh? This is a pretty good map for an Earthworth though, because you can kind of just like camp out at different elevations. Oh, I told you this guy's gonna kill. I think it moves for my next one. That is incredibly unfortunate.
on the strongest flank.
Just pull them down here if we can. That's a better option. Oh, that's shitty. Gross.
Focus your wrath on the enemy's strongest. Servo gun deployed. Reloading.
I'm trying to go up them if I can. I do a lot of waves to dodge, but I don't want any part of that. Not really.
Do not let the stronger friends overwhelm us.
I'm pretty sure that can't hit me through here. When it's on that elevation. Yeah, it should be fine. That's the benefit of this map. I mean, I would like to buy ammo, but I'll be able to do that if he's shooting my ass. Okay. Alright, none of this shit, none of this shit. I'll take this. I'll take that.
Bring down their wretched leader.
Alright, let's go help our teammate over here. I do have the increased equipment damage here, so I might actually be able to nuke him on this. We'll see. Oh, get down, Mr. President. Holy shit, rip that fucking zone throw. Rip that guy.
Disregard the run and focus fire on their leaders. Target the remaining wretches.
Alright, well, they're...
Prioritize the enemy champions, brothers.
Alright, there we go. They got the aspects on him now. He's fucked.
Excellent. The major threat has been wiped out.
Dude, that zone throw was like overperforming for the Hive Tyrant. Not the Hive Tyrant, the Hive Mind. Mr. Neurothrope, get down! Blood's in front of it. Why would the damage be mitigated? Like when you roll.
Loggers detect a serious threat incoming. Focus and bring it down. In the Emperor's name, we shall.
If we're in triple hell bruise, I might just go buy heavy bot. Where's the third one? He's coming. They always come, so that's delayed, yep.
That is where we need to be.
Alright, I want to heavy bot. My shit's almost back up. I want to get with the Auspex on him too.
We target the largest threats first. Prioritize the enemy champions, brothers.
Oh my god, this is a spot. It's really a spot. Oh my god. I'm gonna go over here. I'm like, surely my teammates understand that I went over here, right?
There is a cycle in need of a holy man.
Okay, we're just gonna do this. I really don't want to be just like in a line of sight on these guys. So as long as they only have a rock on their right arm. So as long as you go that way. Well, they're pretty low. Silver lining. By that. They'll probably do something for us here. Alright, this might... I have the, He does not want me at all. I probably should have bought more armor, but all's well that ends well.
Augers no longer detect any high-profile targets.
Alright, there we go. Perish, perish. Thousand Suns have one Mauler Fiends. Could add one of those as well to the Sector. I mean, I think the only new Thousand Sun enemy we're getting anytime soon is probably going to be the Terminator Sorcerer. I know he's going to have a Force Stab. That's going to be a thing. He might be super toxic, guys. You never know. You never know. Where the fuck my watch reset? I didn't miss one? Yeah, you did. I streamed yesterday. You weren't there. Yo, good morning, Ghost Man. What's up, Ryu? It's like a 5-minute minimum or something, probably. I don't know. I just got the game. I played like 2 games. Crazy fun. The shield guy kind of spoke me. Any tips for him? I will be having a full class guy for Bulwark at some point here pretty soon. I have one for Techmarine coming too. My man, sieging it up with tech, we certainly are. Not too bad. I mean, it's definitely not like, you wouldn't want to do like a super ultra crazy push with him, but like, it's not going to go too well there. You do better with his turrets, but Is a heroic axe coming? Yes. Yes, it is. Not gonna lie, I would like to see a damn demon terminus enemy before they add the occult terminator sorcerer. I would have liked like a soul grinder or something like that. I wouldn't have mind like a pink horror, exalted pink horror. That's an option they could have done. There are a lot of things they could have done beyond like another terminator, but we'll see. They could be cool, but they're pretty small. Like that's the thing. Like an occult terminator sorcerer, not like really any bigger than like a chaos lord, which isn't like entirely tiny, but not that big either. But I'll take anything over like endless Halberd spam. My fear is like, so their job in the tabletop is that they just buff up all of the people around them. So they're probably going to play like that in this game. Hey. I hope they pass Space Marine 3 into Space Marine 2. Define passing Space Marine 3 into Space Marine 2 right now. No, I was going to end this after wave 15. Might as well keep going, right? And I'll do another one after this anyways, today. He popped out. It's easy, just release the patch and Space Marine 3 is out. That's how game dev works, right? Well, according to some of the people on their forums and stuff, that works. Horrors would have been good for this game. Kill one pink, turns into 2 blues, seems fitting for a horde shooter. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they're in Rogue Trader. Which reminds me, I need to message Revan again to talk about Rogue Trader. I want to talk... I think Rogue Trader is probably the best 40k game at the moment. Like, if you're just like a pure fan of 40k, got a lot for you in that. What's up, FTG in the chat? What's up, Charles? Just finished getting the Relic Heavy Bolter, Plasma Incinerator, Multi-Melta, but I don't know which one is best. Heavy Plasma and Multi-Melta are generally best for like damage, but the Heavy Bolter is also quite good on the heroic version. Perfect. That was almost bad. It'll be once the Trazen DLC drops. We'll see. I still think it is. I mean, the Arby's DLC was not as good, but I mean, I might play that on stream. I have the early access to that whenever it comes, because Owlcat's goated, and they do that. It's been a while. Perish. We can min turret. I know how I'm gonna die in this game. It's gonna be, I mean, playing Techmarine, everything's gonna be chill, and then like one armor break, and suddenly a spontaneous combustion will occur. One that was unforeseen. That's just how Techmarine dies. All roads lead to death on Techmarine. To a sudden, explicit death. Like, you guys know that, you know the movie Jurassic World? I'm sure chat knows. Remember that lady that, like, got the most horrific movie death ever for, like, no apparent reason? That's Techmarine. This is what happens to Techmarine in this game. Streamer, are you into Darksiders, perhaps? Dude, I've been into Darksiders since, like, Darksiders 1, and then Darksiders 2 came out with death. And they released a new trailer for another Darksiders game. But I was completely shocked to see. The answer is yes. After the sector, you're done. Alright, cop, we can hit it there then. No problem, bum killer. The assistant in Jurassic World, yes. How'd you know?
External blast cannons are powered down. Engage the system to recharge them. Our enemies will feel the blast cannons right. I shall speak the rights of awakening to the last cannons. Last cannon activation in progress.
I miss orcs. I hope they're in the next Space Marine 3, even though they most likely won't be. They might be. I have a feeling that Space Marine 3 is going to be mostly reused assets from this game. On top of new stuff, obviously. It's been a bad thing. It's just, probably what they're going to do. So I imagine Thousand Suns will probably be back.
The enemy has the advantage while the last cannons are dormant. Magazine out! Magazine in!
We're around this way. Necrons makes sense for Space Marine 3 as well. I mean, nothing really happened in Space Marine 3. In Space Marine 2, as directly says Necrons need to be around. I mean, there was a Tomb World, like they were mentioned.
Swapping out magazine! That head is mine!
I was hoping to get an execute there off of that, but unfortunately, no. Alright, let's do this.
Leave a nice start. The last cannon array requires our attention.
She had some ammo, huh? That probably wouldn't have happened by the ammo. That's about as spontaneous you can get, FCG. I don't know, we had like a little bit of a drift feed of death, and then we blew up.
Smells like fresh munition.
Spontaneous combustion is a you know, a Techmarine wide issue. There it is, the spontaneous combustion. Yeah, it's a tech. It's a tragedy among all Techmarines, really. That's why Arjuna just so peak. A little late on that. So early today. Ow. That felt beautiful. Alright, see if we can get our teammate up here. Oh, they got him up. Maybe not the most economic nade of all time. The spawn of ranged enemies has been increased recently. It feels like they are everywhere when I play. I'm pretty sure it's a bug. They said it was unintentional, so it's probably a bug in the director. But focus is also not saber, so we don't know for sure. Like, it might be intentional. Maybe. Goon Marine 2. There was a French Techmarine, the PTS. That was a long, long time ago. That was the good old days. What was the bug? I missed what she said. Oh, it was the greatest bug of all time. It was called Spanish Marine bug. The game would just have your character randomly talking Spanish back when. My Auspex OP, by the way, with Burn. Why Tactical like the best class in the game, or not the best class in the game, but Tactical is definitely the best support class in the entire game. Because he's just like, oh, boss, how about a 300% damage increase for myself and everybody else? Dude, I'm actually like, I'm seeing visions of Raveners in my. I'm not the only. Did somebody else see a Ravener? Am I seeing shit? I have definitely lost the sauce. Like, I would not be surprised. I'll tell you guys, I haven't been the same. After I streamed for 160 hours during Techmarine, or however long it was, I haven't been the same. Something broke that week. From February 26th to March 9th, something in my brain will never be the same. The Tactical is so fluent in Spanish, he does a mega buff too. Ravener PTSD, you're not wrong, Julius. What's up, FTG? Are you doing more siege runs after this? Maybe, Matt. It's been a while since we played Matt, so we definitely could, but I had some other stuff I was gonna do today later. Not for this game, like IRL. Real life stuff. How you feeling about the siege mode update, dude? I think it looks pretty hype. Dude, Argent Edge is just... If you don't need melee damage, it is the only option in this game now. You have access to it. Being able to interrupt a triple Ravener hit in the first parry, especially in siege mode, it's like... If you have a knife, and you're using a knife, if you need a fencing weapon for any reason at all, and you're not like a majority melee class, it's like, it is just the safest option. This is the weapon that all the fencing players were talking about before it even existed. This is how Reddit describes a fencing weapon. I mean, it's like the only thing that's changed at 9% of builds. It's like, oh, you just take Argent Edge now. Power Gladius isn't even good on tactical anyways in this. This mode, too slow. Well, it's not slow, but like the damage levels you need from him. You're more there to enable your team on tack. It's actually pretty good. What is the difference between balance fencing and block? I never understood it. I have an entire video on that can go into far more detail than I can here right now. If anybody. Mods? Post the thing. It's still up to date. It probably will be for a very long time, I imagine. Didn't really touch the actual defense types all that much. I'm hyped for the siege update. I'll try to get it if you do another run. Copy that, Lieutenant. I might be back on tonight. I say that all the time, and like it happens at least like 38% of the time.
One of the Canadians had an encrypted data slate. Your orders are to recover it. It will be retrieved.
Shark, thank you for the prime. Thank you, Raynar. should be a mod. Again, I know I gave you a mod one time and took it away, but now it's going to give it back. Last time was for a joke. This time it's for real. Does it gives you a bigger parry window? No. It does give you a bigger parry window, but the more important thing about fencing... Ow. Oh, sorry, I was saying I was hit by a spontaneous spore mining. Fencing will give you a bigger parry window, but the biggest thing about fencing is it's a 0 frame startup, because like the active parry window really doesn't matter too much on block and the other variants. Bang, bang. You're still PvPing. Who the fuck PvPs in Space Marine 2 anymore? That thing? Astartes Panda does. Humanity's last champion. Unless he's playing a heretic, in which case, definitely not Humanity's last champion. Alright, let's try this. Well, lots of us? Define lots. Define lots of people. I'm pretty sure the PvP community in this game is like maybe one PvPer for every 10 PvEers. So it's probably less than that. Newbies have been showing up the sales too. That was always my favorite part of Battlefront 2. Was whenever a Steam sale went on in Battlefront 2, you would just mop capital supremacy. Just a religious purge. That's all it was, really. Level 1 Anakin runs up on you, you just get fucking annihilated. Maybe it is a small community, but it's still fun. I mean, the PvP in this game is pretty fun, and they're also going to be updating it. It's not my cup of tea, personally, but that's not the Maka mode at all. Not something I would enjoy. And patch 14 will give, like, an update to it, with, like, actual stratagems and stuff, which I'm kind of shocked that they're doing. Most of the tryhard sweaty dudes seem to have left, so it's less toxic. The tryhard sweaty guys in PvP for Space Marine 2 left? Seriously? That's surprising. I would think that they would be like the only ones left. It's probably one PvPer every 30 PvEers. Yeah, that's probably is closer. I still prefer block weapons despite all the changes they've made. I mean, it depends what build I'm running. I mean, block and balance are the best, I think, now. And then for fencing, it's like the Argent Edge sits there on, like, its mighty throne. Like, I am the best fencing weapon, and, like, all others capitulate to my power. That's the Argent Edge at this point. I think they should just add this effect to all fencing weapons in the game. But like right now, I really do feel like fencing weapons have kind of been powercraft by the Argent Edge, or by balance weapons. I'm not okay. I don't know what I was doing there. Apparently everybody fucked up. It's probably the worst way for everyone to die on. What is the worst sweaty PvP, or everything must be a more accurate type of guy? Well, in my time making content on the internet, I have encountered many a sweat, and many an actually. The actually guy's cringier every time. I'm subdue this. I think this. Wait, no, this. I'm more wound kissing get me up. I wish I could have applied burn to them, but he's a fire blaster, so. Fire blaster, nuts. This the End Brothers? No.
Augers no longer detect any high-profile targets.
I forgive you for thinking it may have been, but no. This lecturer thinks he's slick, dude. This guy's gonna dump piss on me. I can feel it. I can already smell it. Okay. Yeah, you're allowed to attack me. Like, I will accept it. Probably that way. Do I even have a nade left? No. That means a lot. Very tragic. Oh, hey, look, a nade. Got locked into our... I think they fixed that, but... I'm gonna go buy ammo. Maybe that wasn't the most economic use of that. If I could just camp nades here for a bit. Whatever. The last wave for Bone Killer said he had to get off anyways. Or he was done. That burn is powerful. The cooldown is very long. I kind of wonder how this feels in air fire. fucking annoying ass zone throws this one. Okay. I guess we'll take this. This is where I might swap to a Melt-A-Bomb because killing 15 bajillion enraged warriors is pretty fucking obnoxious. Got a lot of HP. Actually, it was a pretty valuable spot for a shock. My shock is really strong, it's just... Here, I'll do this. If we can.
Dispatching heavy class squad member.
I might as well nade spam, right? Because he says he's done after this. Ow. I guess we'll just do that.
I shall be claiming. Reloading.
Yeah, sometimes Space Marine 2 reminds me of Deep Rock Galactic if the Marines were shorter. I don't know they're very similar games at all. Alright, that's that.
Servo gun deployable. Change position, squad. The enemy approaches the outside.
See, that was like one wave 20, and we're already at like a 2-hour stream. I know we died like one time, but it's like an hour and a half. It's a long time to play a game. So hopefully the new update isn't like that ridiculously long. See what they do though.
Ready to deploy.
Alright, return to the battle barge. I think I'm done here to FCG. Gotta go take care of the kiddo, get some lunch. Yeah, I'm also done for now. That was fun though. God, this siege mode takes for fucking ever though. Holy shit. Long ass mode. I wish I had the patience to like siege as it is, but I just get too tired, can't lock in for it. I mean, it's just a very long game mode. It's a very, very long game mode. The others to it on it. Hey FTG, have you ever considered making a video showing the parasite's dot time for majors and extremis mods by weapon type? I mean, I do have a defense type video. It's the same thing. I've already done that. Here we go. And that's all from me for now.